Hey, what's up, guys? Coming down with my video on today. I want to do my What If series. What if Naruto was a girl? Part 17. So, in the last part, in part 16, we see technically Naruto coming back to the village. Mostly, she said, "Oh, I'm home there," and stuff. Technically, they meet up with everybody there. They actually had the bell test there. Lady Sonate was technically scolding Jiraiya there for something you never know you should have done, but technically to Naruto there. Um, Technically, they did the bell test. They grabbed the bells there and stuff, and technically they passed there a second time for the bell test, and then mostly they get an order there saying about Kara getting captured. They go to the Sand Village there, gets a maid there with Granny Chio. Granny Chio was actually saying something about the tail pieces there. Mostly really upsetting Sakura there even more. Compare she gets more emotional there because technically Naruto's a girl in this version. So technically they uh, mostly explain that there, and they say They mostly get to the cave there. Technically, Deidara was mocking Naruto there. Oh, that little nine tails, or girly nine tails there. She's like, "You bastard! Come on, little girly fox." And mostly Naruto was chasing him down, and mostly she was kind of a little bit losing her rage, and mostly um, Deidara, mostly Akashi blows Deidara's arm off, and they win the fight there, and mostly they held up Gara, and part uh, Gara was alive, and they went back to the village, and that's where part 16 ends. So let's go on to part 17. What if Naruto was a girl? So stuff plays out here, like the same there. Um, Mostly Kashi, was actually saying something about, like, mostly he was actually saying about the thing there. Mostly Jiraiya does show a scar there, like he does in the original series there. What Naruto actually did there, like what Naruto did there. And she's like, "Oh yeah, she did this to me there." There might be a funny thing. She's like, "Oh yeah, she did this to me." Mostly showing the Nine-Tail scar there and stuff. Mostly Tsunade there. She's like, "Well, you kind of deserved it there." Mostly peeking, and she's like, and then mostly Jiraiya's like, "No, I didn't peek at her," and stuff like that. And he's like, "This is the part of the training there." Mostly Jiraiya was actually explaining what Naruto did in the original series, so it kind of plays out the same a little bit there, um, and stuff like that for it. And I think the Sai meeting Chikamaru and Sai, I think that all plays out the same. Um, Akashi is out of commission there. Mostly Sai there was mostly meeting up with Narco, or mostly Sai wanted to take on Narco there. That plays out the same. So everything plays out the same until we actually get to the new team there, when Sai technically joins the team. And then this is my actually be pretty interesting there. Technically, Naruto and Sakura are technically waiting for their new sensei there, and then mostly the new sensei comes. He's like, "Hello, my name is Naruto," or technically my name is Kabuto there, or Nagato there. He's like, "Oh, hey there," and stuff like that. They're like, "You're gonna be our who are you?" and stuff like that. And mostly Naruto's like, "Yeah, who are you?" and stuff. He's like, I'm mostly gonna be the replacement of Akashi there. She's like, "Wait, you're gonna be a replacement of Akashi?" and stuff like that. And that was Naruto was actually saying. He's like, "Totally yes," there and stuff. And then he's like, "Mostly welcome to my new assistant there." Mostly, and then inside he's like, "Hey, there, and then mostly Narco there. She was like, wait, this is the same jerk attacked me there, and stuff like that. And they're like, wait, what? You two know each other? And mostly Sai's like, oh yeah, I remember this girl there, and stuff like that. And she's like, wait, what? Yeah, you remember her and stuff? And he's like, yeah, there. Mostly I kind of ran into her a couple weeks. Mostly I ran into her not too long ago and stuff like that. And then they're like, oh, that changes some difference and stuff like that. That's what they're actually fucking saying there and stuff. So they actually explain there and stuff. And he's like, well, it's time to go there. So go into the mission there. So I think when they get to Tensi Bridge there, I think when they get to Tensi Bridge there, I think this is where it might be kind of different there. Um, where mostly Kabuto, mostly meeting up with Sottery there, that plays out the same. And then when he gets exposed, he's like scatter, and then mostly they're mostly ready there and stuff, and then they're like, he's like, and mostly Orochimaru's like, oh, it's you there. He's like, it's you guys there. Oh, you brought the little Nine Tails with you. The little narc. You brought in little Narco there. She's like, mostly Narco's like, brain Sasuke back there. She's mostly getting enraged, and mostly you see the Kurama teeth and stuff like that. He's like, well, we're taking good care of your little Sasuke there. He is our servant. She's like, she's not your. And mostly Narco's like, he's not yours and stuff. He's like, what are you gonna do about it? You can't do nothing about it and stuff like that. And then she's like, you rotten bastards and stuff. There, mostly Narco just like goes like full like technically goes four tails like Naruto does in the original series. Technically, mostly Orochimaru's getting pushed by Narco. He's like, well, I need to mostly contain this one. I need to capture there and stuff like that. Mostly she she's like and mostly Narco's technically losing control fully at this point. There, she's technically losing fully control at this point, and technically she's like, and then technically he's like, well, we need a container, and mostly he's like Kabuto, um, and stuff like that. He's like, you need to hold them back there. So mostly he was holding Nagato and Sakura back, like he does in the original series. She's like, get out of her way there. Mostly Sakura's like saying, he's like, well, no, I can't let you get out of your way there. She's like, I'm gonna pound you, Kabuto. She's like, oh yeah, what are you gonna have? Mostly your pound there. So I'm mostly gonna deal with your thing, and then mostly technically they technically fight Kabuto there. Naruto was technically fighting Orochimaru, wrecking the Orochimaru stuff there. Like he built like a wall there, and she mostly destroyed it. She mostly losing control at that point. Mostly Kabuto mostly ran there and stuff. Technically, he mostly ran, and then he's like, it's time to get out of here. He's like, yeah, this is the better thing there and stuff. So mostly they escaped. Mostly they're like, we need to find. Mostly Nagato and Sakura are like, well, we need to find Naruto there. We need to get her out of this control there. And then mostly she's mostly like losing it at this point. She's mostly losing it at this point there. She mostly jumps there. They're like, wait, no, Naruto. And mostly they mostly trying to attack her. Mostly Nagato there, and then mostly she gets wrapped up by the thing. She's like, Naruto, stop it! And then wham! She gets hit like she gets smacked in the face. Boom! Sakura gets smacked in the face, and then mostly Nagato's like, wait, Sakura, no! He's like, damn it, need to get her, and then mostly does the thing there, and she mostly resorts back to normal. Naruto falls, and then mostly Sakura, she got hit in the arm. She's like, dang, that stings there and stuff. She's like, you're okay, Sakura? And he's like, yeah, I mostly might be okay there, but Narco's in way pain than me. And then mostly she's like trying to heal Narco. She's like, come on, Narco, don't die on me there. I don't want my best friend to die there. And then mostly she was mostly like feeling better. And then she's like, wait, what happened there and stuff like that. Well, what happened to you, Sakura and stuff? She's like, don't worry about it there. And then mostly she was mostly she's like, don't worry about it. It's nothing there. I cut myself on a branch there. When we were fighting on Kabuto there and stuff. She's like, oh wait, what and stuff. And then mostly they go to Orochimaru, his hideout. Mostly Nagato was actually saying like what actually happened to Sakura, and she's like, oh, you did it, Naruto, and stuff like that. And she's like, oh wait, I did it there. I hurt Sakura there. She's like, he's like, yes. Technically, Sai was actually saying something about that. Naruto there, I might say Naruto actually might have some feelings over Sasuke. She might actually have some feelings over Sasuke at this point because technically, they mostly go out there and stuff like that. Mostly, I think Sasuke mostly actually has feelings over Naruto also. Pins, not now, but later on. So they try to find where Sasuke's room's at and all this stuff. Uh, the side stuff there plays out the same like in the original series. So they mostly we get mostly when we get to the thing there. This is when the shift might actually do it there and stuff. Um, Mostly they go outside there. They're like, "Oh, Sasuke, there you are," and stuff. He's like, "Wait, Naruto, what are you doing here?" She's like, "I have to say something to you, Sasuke." There, he's like, and stuff. Mostly, he is mostly getting blush. No, not Sasuke doesn't get blush on this. He's like, He's like, "What do you think about me and stuff like that?" He's like, "Why you want me back to the village?" He's like, "I'm gonna bring you back no matter what there," and stuff. And technically, Sakura comes out. He's like, "Oh, Sasuke, what you turned into this there and stuff?" And he's like, "Well," he's like, "You don't guys don't understand there," and he's like, "You don't understand at all there and stuff like that." And they're like, "Wait, why we don't understand there and stuff?" There, he's like, "You don't understand how I feel and stuff like that." And mostly Sasuke was about to leave. He's like, "Orochimaru, there, we need to leave there." And technically, he's like, "Well, you were good." And then Narco, she's like, mostly she's kind of showing the Kurama's teeth and stuff like that. He's like, And mostly Sasuke comes up there, puts the sword right in her back, like he does to Naruto in the original series. Not completely like put it in the back. Technically, Narco is actually telling the fox there, telling Karma to cool it. She's like, "You need to cool it, Karma." Oh, she's like, "You need to cool it, Fox." Nine Tails. He's like, "You can't control me. You know, you need to use my power there to take him out." He's like, "No, I don't want to take him out there and stuff. I have feelings for him there." He's like, "What these feelings are." And so if you don't know anything there and stuff, you fox and stuff. She's like, "Leave me alone, Fox." He's like, "No, I will control you. You know it." There. And then mostly Sasuke, he's like, "Oh, it's you there." And then he mostly explains about the Mono Uchiha thing there. And he's like, and he pops the fox like he does in the original series. He's like, "I didn't hurt of him." Like the bubble fox technically, and then he's like, huh. He's like, "You're not even worth it there." She's like, and then mostly Sakura, it's like, what you kind of did to her and stuff like that. You almost killed her there, Sasuke. And he's like, and stuff like that. He's like, "I don't want to kill her. Not yet. I'm not gonna kill her yet." And mostly technically, he jumps. He's like, "Let's go there." And mostly Sakura, or mostly Narcos, is like, "You know how feelings I have for you?" He's like, "What type of feelings you have for me?" She's like, "I love you, Sasuke." And then mostly he's like, huh. He's like, mostly he kind of like walks away. I think Sakura gets heated in this one. I think she gets kind of heated in this one. There, she's like, "Wait, you've been loving socks?" Well, technically, I think she gets confused. Not not really heated, but I think she gets confused. She's like, "Wait, you've been loving Sasuke there this whole time, Narco?" And then she's like, "Yeah, I kind of had some like feelings there and stuff like that. I didn't really fully love him and stuff like that, but I kind of have this like feeling there. He loves me back there, and mostly treats me like a person there, not just like a demon there." And mostly Sasuke doesn't say nothing. Doesn't say nothing there. I think he doesn't really like her at this point there in time. Narco at time there, and then he's like, "Well, I need to go there." And then she's like, and mostly Sasuke's like thinking, he's like, she told me she loved me there. This is actually pretty interesting there. And technically, he's like, technically they going back and stuff like that. They're like, mostly Narco's like, come on. She's like, oh man, we failed again. Even technically, she's like, well, we failed again there and stuff. And then she's like, damn, we failed again and stuff. And then they're like, okay, it's okay, Narco there. She's like, this is not even fair. We got this far there, and he's still being neglected there. And they're like, well, we need to go back to the village there to report this to Lady Tsunade there. And they're like, she's like, right, and stuff. And that's where the what if ends, honestly. Comment, response to bros. We like love bros. Please subscribe. And then my character uploads in my live streams. Comment, response to bros. Okay, I'm out. Peace.